Hi everyone. My name is Jerry Wise, and I've been helping people for over 45 years to get their family of origin out of them. And I want to talk about narcissistic parents, selfish reasons they had children. One reason narcissistic parents had children to gain narcissistic supply. Narcissistic parents often have children to have a constant source of admiration and attention, using their children to boost their own self-esteem. Narcissistic parents had selfish reasons to have children, such as to control and to dominate someone or others. Narcissistic parents often have children to have someone they can easily manipulate and control, fulfilling their need for power and dominance. And children are easily manipulated and controlled. And they are supposed to obey you, and they are supposed to do whatever you say or want. So it's an ideal setup for a narcissist. Narcissistic parents, another selfish reason they have children is to fulfill their own needs. Narcissistic parents often have children to satisfy their own emotional needs, such as loneliness or the desire to be seen as nurturing and loving, because it will make them look good if they have this wonderful family that they have created. Another reason narcissistic parents have children for their own selfish reasons is to live vicariously through their children. Narcissistic parents often have children to achieve the dreams and goals that they couldn't, using them as extensions of their own unfulfilled ambitions. Narcissistic parents, another selfish reason they had children was to enhance their image. Narcissistic parents often have children to appear more respectable, more successful, or more caring to others, enhancing their social status. Another reason narcissistic parents had children, and all of the reasons focus on their selfishness, to secure a caregiver for the future. Narcissistic parents often have children with the expectations that they will be taken care of in their old age, viewing their children as future caregivers. I'm sure many are aware of this dynamic. And that can be true even of non-narcissistic parents. Narcissistic parents, one other selfish reason they had children, might be to bind a partner. Narcissistic parents often have children to secure a relationship or a marriage, using the child as a means to maintain control over their partner. Narcissistic parents have children for selfish reasons. Another reason is to gain sympathy and attention. Narcissistic parents often have children to garner sympathy and attention from others, especially if they present themselves as struggling or sacrificial parents. Also, I've been aware of how narcissistic parents will use their children to excuse their own behaviors. In other words, no, I can't come to that dinner party that I don't want to be there with Susie because she hates me. So I'm not going to go there. But I'll say, oh, my little Freddie is sick. And they will use their children as excuses for doing what they actually want to do. Selfish reasons narcissistic parents have children is to prove their worth. Narcissistic parents often have children to prove their worth or capabilities, or demonstrating that they can create and raise successful offspring. So you can well imagine how important children's success is to their ego and well-being, which is where many conflicts come into play. Another selfish reason narcissistic parents had children is to validate themselves. Narcissistic parents often have children to seek validation through their children's accomplishments, expecting their children to excel and thereby reflect positively on them. I've had many clients and folks I've talked to, that's exactly what parents would do. They would use their own children's success as a substitute for a sense of self or self-worth or self-value. Well, look what I've created and look how successful they are. Selfish reasons a narcissist will have children is to avoid their own issues. Narcissistic parents often have children to distract them from their own problems and their own insecurities, focusing attention outward rather than dealing with their own flaws. Drama, having children, having more people in the family, even having pets, cats, dogs, horses. You can add any kind of dynamics to the family. And when you add those kinds of distractions, many times it's to avoid our own issues. And for the narcissist, clearly, having a child to focus on gives them free rein to not look at themselves. Another selfish reason why a narcissist will have children is to have unquestioning loyalty. Narcissistic parents often have children to provide unconditional love, unconditional loyalty, serving as a reliable source of emotional support without challenging their behavior. And again, the whole focus is on them and someone being loyal to them, respecting them, caring about them, enabling them, and not challenging them. And children can be useful for that purpose. Another selfish reason why narcissistic parents have children is to recreate a narcissistic family dynamic. Narcissistic parents often have children to perpetuate the dysfunctional family dynamics that they experienced, continuing the cycle of control and manipulation. And again, they want what they have experienced and what they have, their own family has experienced, to continue on. And these children, after being programmed, taught, bullied, controlled, manipulated, will often go on to do. So what do we do? What are some self-differentiation tips? And I tend to focus on self-differentiation and how important that is for overcoming trauma, overcoming having grown up in a narcissistic home. Focus on building the self you are never allowed to have versus sorting or figuring them out. It's always easy to focus on them and to obsess about the narcissist rather than focusing on building yourself, who you are. How do you define yourself? How do you regulate yourself? And are you aware of yourself? And those are things that are very important versus focusing on the narcissist. But we've been trained all of our lives to focus on the drama and the narcissist in the family because they create the most hullabaloo or hub or drama or whatever you want to call it. I think I may be stating my age here, implying my age. Second of all, reduce your reactivity to your past and to their selfishness. What you want to do is work on resolving your issues from the past, letting go of things needing to be just. They're not going to be just, equal, fair. People who have wronged you are not going to get punished in the way you think they should be. Give that up. Reduce your reactivity to things that have happened in the past. You may want to get help with coaching or seeing a therapist so you can help work on your past. And reduce your reactivity to their selfishness. Reactivity keeps the system that is unhealthy going. And if you want to stop the unhealthy system, stop the unhealthy reactivity. That's why I have the video, Calmness is Everything. because it really does disconnect us from being sucked in by the narcissist and all of their manipulations. Thirdly, work on being self-focused versus how they programmed you to be other-focused. I do talk about some of those things in my videos, but I try not to over-focus on them because I want to focus on, and if I talk about, for example, how they programmed you, it's only for the purpose of you being self-focused. It's not for the purpose of changing them or the narcissist, but only to help you grow up, and get your narcissistic family out of you. I've got an online program to help you with all of these things I've mentioned, but you may want to start with the free 84-minute training listed below. Doesn't cost anything. Enjoy it. Learn some. I think you really will find some great benefit from that. I want to thank you all for joining me today. Have a great day and be wise.